So, good morning, children. I have completed in my last week, I have completed your Renaissance chapter, and civics I have already completed. So, I'm going to do today chapter number 12, that is called Reformation. Okay, that is the modern age in Europe. Okay, first we have studied that Renaissance, the new changes occur in the society in Europe. Okay, and several kind of the changes occurs in the society due to Renaissance. After Renaissance, a complete reformation was done, and reformation of basically the church. Is it clear? Okay, so this chapter actually talks about the corrupt practices which were being practiced in the church, and due to reformation, how those corrupt practices are being totally vanished from the society, and total reformation occur in the society. That we are going to study in this particular chapter, which is called Modern Age in Europe. That is called Reformation. Alright, now see, open your book, children, chapter number 12, that is the modern age in Europe. Just see, all of you, in the book. Under this, see the first paragraph. The Reformation is the name given to a group of religious movement of the 16th century launched by Christians against the various drawback of the church and the objectionable practices of the clergyman. Underline till here. So now you are understanding that Reformation is the name given to the group of religious movement. Reformation was the religious movement started in the 16th century by the Christians against the various drawbacks which were applicable in the church and objectionable practices, several kinds of the wrong practices being adopted by the clergyman. Clergyman were the fathers, the officials of the church. So the church was actually having several drawbacks. And those were the officers, that is the clergyman. Those were actually doing work in the church themselves, were under the trap of corrupted activities. To stop such kind of the drawbacks of the church, to stop such kind of the corrupt activities adopted by the clergyman, the movement which is started by the Christian is called Reformation movement. Okay, so see the paragraph, underline the first line. The Reformation is the name given to a group of religious movement of the 16th century launched by Christians against the various drawbacks of the church and the objectionable practices of the clergyman. Further, the main target of this movement was the Pope, the highest authority in the church hierarchy. So who was the main target of the Reformation movement? The Pope and the highest hierarchy. These movements created a split in the Christian church between those who continued to remain loyal to the Pope at Rome and those who broke away from the church at Rome. So Reformation has actually created two groups. One group who decided to remain loyal to Pope who live in the Rome, and one group who broke away from the Rome, from the church, Catholic Church. Okay, that is other group. The group who become loyal to the Pope and the Rome were called as Catholic Christians, and the group who protested to Pope and the church at Rome is called, Catholic is called Protestant. So Protestant, those who raise voice against the Pope and the highest authority of the Christian hierarchy, Catholic Church, were called as Protestant. So due to Reformation, Christianity actually divided into two groups. One was called Catholics, who remain loyal to the Pope and the Rome Church. One was who has raised voice against the objectionable practices of the church, who were called as Protestant. So I am reading the first paragraph again, children, along with me, just see in the book. The Reformation is the name given to the group of religious movement of the 16th century launched by the Christians against the various drawbacks of the church and the objectionable practices of the clergymen. So Reformation movement is actually started by the Christian for two reasons. One, to raise the voice against the objectionable practices, to raise the voice against the various drawbacks of the church, and to raise the voice against the objectionable practices of the clergymen further. And the main target was Pope and the highest authority in the church hierarchy further. These movements split the church, the Christian church into two groups. Who were the two groups? Underline. Those who continued to remain loyal to Pope at Rome, and those who broke away from the church at Rome. Who remained loyal to the Pope were called as Roman Catholic. Who broke away from the Pope were called as Protestant. Is it clear? Second paragraph. The Reformation broke out in number of countries like England, France, Germany, Czechoslovakia, Switzerland, Scotland. Several countries of Europe were actually raised their voice and started the movement of Reformation further. All Protestants did not share the same religious belief and rituals. Those were the Protestant. The Protestant had actually many groups, like the Protestant of one country and those of another, different from each other in many ways. Like an extreme form of Protestantism was Calvinism. अब प्रोटेस्टेंट जो है वो डिफरेंट ग्रुप में डिवाइड हो गए. जो एक्सट्रीम फॉर्म ऑफ प्रोटेस्टेंट थे उनको कहते थे कैल्विनिज्म. देन Presbyterianism of Scotland, then Puritanism of England were similar to Calvinism in simplicity, strictness and austerity. Three groups of Protestant. First one was Calvinism, second one was Presbyterianism, third one was Puritanism. Okay, another. Then, although these movements were organized by different people under different names, they were collectively termed as Reformation because they were aimed at reforming the then existing church. Is it clear to all of you? Fine. Now we need to discuss the causes of the Reformation. Only one cause is there in your syllabus, that is dissatisfaction with the practices of Catholic Church. Apart from this, other things like second is new learning, Martin Luther contribution is not in your syllabus. Okay, so we need to discuss the dissatisfaction with the practices of Catholic Church. We need to discuss that. Okay, so first I told you what is Reformation movement. What is Reformation movement, children? A religious movement of the 16th century which was launched by the Christian against various drawbacks of the church and objectionable practices of the clergymen. And due to this, what happened? The Christianity divided into two groups. One group who remained loyal to Pope at Rome were called Roman Catholic, and one group who broke away from Pope at Rome were called as Protestant. Then I told you that Protestants were having several groups like Calvinism, then Presbyterianism, then Puritanism are the different groups which were created under Protestant. But Protestants were termed into one group and they named as Reformation because each group of Protestants were worked to raise their voice against the practices of the church and objectionable behavior of the clergymen. Okay, now we need to discuss that what were the causes of Reformation. And first cause, you know, dissatisfaction with the practices of Catholic Church. Now see all of you in the book. The Catholic Church during the early medieval period had become a vast hierarchical organization headed by Pope in Rome. Okay, the Catholic Church become one of the very vast organization, and this organization was headed by the designation which was called Pope in Rome. Further, the Pope was the supreme authority over the entire hierarchy and he exercised his authority directly. Systematic efforts were made to extend the authority of the church over everyone, high or low. But during the 14th century, people become dissatisfied. Underline from here. During the 14th century, people become dissatisfied with some of the church practices, and this dissatisfaction paved the way for Reformation. What were those practices we will study. The first one, economic factors. The second one, corruption in the church. The third one, ruler resentment. The fourth one, movement against the church. And the fifth one, immediate cause. These are the 5 points we need to study under the dissatisfaction with the practices of Catholic Church children. Now see the first one, economic factors. Okay, see. In the Middle Age, the church had vast properties which gave ample income to the church. The first one you see. The church was having large amount of the property, and from that property the church was earning lot of income first. Further, besides 1/10 of the income of a person was given to the church. Apart from having such a vast property, every person of the society was giving their 1/10 of their income to the church. Means church was getting from every individual of the society 1/10 of their income. Means if a person was earning 10,000 rupees, 1,000 rupees that person was giving to the church. Second practice. Third, this was called teeth. This process was called teeth. What is teeth? When every member of the society was giving 1/10 of their income to the church, then this process was called as teeth. Further, in addition to this, the clergy collected another sum called Peter penance from the people. So one money which they were collecting was called teeth, and in which people were giving without any reason, without asking any question, 1/10 of their income to the church. Another was which was collected by the clergies of the Catholic Church, which was called Peter pence from the people. Now what is that? See, Pope Leo X wanted to build St. Peter's Church. Pope Leo X means at that time the Pope was Leo X, and his aim was to build a St. Peter's Church. So he was in need of money. So he issued pardon certificate called indulgence. अब इसमें हुआ क्या कि लियो 10 जो था, पोप लियो 10, उसकी इच्छा थी वो एक पीटर्स चर्च बनाए बहुत बड़ा सा. अब उसके लिए उसको पैसे की ज़रूरत थी, तो उसने पैसा कलेक्ट करने के लिए एक उपाय सोचा. उसने क्या किया, लोगों को पार्डन सर्टिफिकेट देने लगा. उसका नाम दिया उसने इंडल्जेंस. टू whom? Pardon certificate called indulgence to those who gave money to build the church. So those people who were giving money to the church, okay, so that they can build the Peter's Church, okay, they were getting pardon certificate which was called as indulgence. Now, indulgence were letters which remitted punishment of the sinners who bought them. Okay, जो sinners थे, जो बुरे काम करते थे, उनके बुरे कामों को टोटली माफ कर दिया जाता था अगर वो चर्च को पैसा देके पार्डन सर्टिफिकेट खरीदते थे, जिसका नाम था इंडल्जेंस. Both in this life and after death also. So what do you mean by the Peter's pen? Peter's pen means Pope Leo X was in need of money so that he can make the Peter's Church. So he decided to issue pardon certificate called indulgence to those who gave money to the church. An indulgence letter after a letter was actually remitting the punishment of sinners who were buying the indulgence certificate. Okay, further. Normally, the priest imposed penance or punishment on a person who had sinned, and he was required to perform special service or make pilgrimage to a holy place. Okay, but normally क्या होता था, जो sinners होते थे उनको स्पेशल सर्विस प्रोवाइड करनी पड़ती थी और उनको पिलग्रिमेज बनाना पड़ता था टू द होली प्लेस. बट अब वो सिर्फ इंडल्जेंस सर्टिफिकेट को खरीद के अपने सारे बुरे कर्मों की क्षमा मांग सकते थे, जस्ट टू पे द मनी. बट नाउ दे कुड बी फ्रीड फ्रॉम डूइंग पेनेंस फॉर देयर सीन्स बाय बाइंग लेटर ऑफ इंडल्जेंस. सो यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड सच काइंड ऑफ द करप्ट प्रैक्टिसेस वाज बीइंग अडॉप्टेड इन द चर्च. फर्दर, finally, the church offices were given to the highest bidder. The church office, जो highest bidder मतलब नीलामी, जो बोली लगाते थे. किसको बनाते थे हाईएस्ट अथॉरिटी चर्च का? जो सबसे ज़्यादा पैसा देता था चर्च को। ये बहुत ज़्यादा करप्ट प्रैक्टिसेस अडॉप्ट की जाती थी कैथोलिक। दीज प्रैक्टिसेस केम टू बी नोन एज सिमोनी। ऑल दीज प्रैक्टिसेस annoyed the rulers as well as common man. So ये सारी करप्ट प्रैक्टिसेस जो चर्च ने अपनाई थी, इसने ना कि सिर्फ पीपल को, कॉमन पीपल को अनॉयड किया, बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम कॉमन पीपल द रूलर्स ऑल्सो बिकम अगेंस्ट द चर्च एंड दे डिसाइडेड टू स्टार्ट रिफॉर्मेशन मूवमेंट. सो फर्स्ट वन वी हैव कंप्लीटेड, दैट इज कॉल्ड इकोनॉमिक फैक्टर्स. फर्दर, the second one, corruption in the church. What kind of the corruption in the church? See all of in the book. In the beginning, the clergy had an exemplary life. Exemplary life मतलब उन लोग बहुत ही luxurious life जीते थे clergies, and command great respect in the society. But with the passage of time, moral decay crept into some areas in the functioning of the church. Some of the clergymen lacked proper education. Some of the clergymen जो थे उनको वो properly educated. They were not properly educated. Some lived in luxury and neglected their religious duties. The priest promised salvation in exchange for fees. The priest have said that you give me fees, I'll give you salvation. They could pronounce a marriage unlawful or unlawful. In fact, there were fees for every transactions in life, from birth to death. Fees for the peace of the soul. Fees for the peace of the soul of the people dead long ago. These practices were severely criticized and opposed by the people. Okay, then Erasmus exposed them in his book named In Prayer of Folly. एक writer था, उसका नाम था Erasmus. He has written in his book about this all wrong practices which are being adopted by clergymen. In his book, the name of the book was In Prayer of Folly. Is it clear? So second point, corruption in the church. For everything they were charging fees. So such kind of the corrupt practices which were being adopted in the church, which led to the Reformation movement. Okay, so under the first point, that is corrupt practices in the church, we have completed 2 points, children, today, and tomorrow I am going to complete this chapter by completing 3 more points, children. Okay, for today only this much. Thank you, children.